towards the end of this video after I've done these methods. So the first thing we're going to do is grab 2 eggs and just crack them into, I've used a Pyrex beaker, but you can use a mixing bowl. I just found that the Pyrex was easier because you could pour it. And let's ignore that I dropped the shell in there. And then we're going to add 4 tablespoons of rapeseed oil. It doesn't matter if you add a bit less or a bit more. We're going to be using this egg mask because your hair is made of basically all protein, and eggs are protein, so you're just adding more of what your hair is made to into your hair. And after you've finished mixing those two together, you're just going to pour it onto your hair. And I advise doing this over a bath, so when it falls you can just kind of scoop it up into your hands and rub it back onto your hair. It will be quite hard to kind of mush around when your hair's dry, but it's a lot easier to tell where everything is and what parts are covered and which parts aren't if it is dry, so I personally prefer doing it that way, but you're welcome to wet your hair as well. It will have the exact same results afterwards. Then I cling filmed my hair just so I wouldn't get it over my clothes and my furniture, and I patted it down just to make sure it was really secure. After leaving my mask in for an hour, I got ready for the second part, and I added 2 scoops of coconut oil and then put it in the microwave, and as you can see it just creates a really clear liquid. It can cool down and it can be really cold and still stay a liquid, which is awesome. So I just took out my hair, and I'm just warning you now, it will be very stiff, kind of like dry gel after it's been in hair for a while, so it will take you a while to wash out and the water will be yellow and gross, but it feels so lovely after you've washed it out. After thoroughly washing my hair, I just squeezed out the excess water and then poured the coconut oil onto my scalp and then through to the ends. Once all the oil was on my hair, I just spread it throughout the ends and then onto my scalp. Then I started massaging my scalp because this stimulates hair growth, and it just means that your scalp will be really moisturised and your hair will be super soft and long afterwards. Then we're going to just chuck it up into a top bun and wrap cling film around it again. This will be a little bit messy as your hair has been wet, so just wrap a little more cling film around it and then put a towel over your shoulders just as you would in a hairdresser. I think this mask works best when it's left in overnight and then washed out the next morning, because then it's really soft and it's had a lot of time to sink in. As you can see, my hair looks very greasy, but then when it's washed out it's just super shiny and it feels so soft, and it actually grew a bit. It passed the green line that I drew on a tiny little bit, and then when it was pulled it actually grew quite a lot, which I was very surprised.
Makes it look nice, or makes it feel nice, has, you know, a fancy expensive price tag on it, and is making you look like you have gorgeously styled hair. You get hangry hair that doesn't get the nutrients that it actually needs, and it's going to fall out, prematurely shed, or just break and crisp. My natural hair a few months ago looked perfectly healthy. It felt okay because I was using a ton of treatments on it, but my hair has been growing shorter for about the last year because the ends were just completely splitting and they were falling out from the root. These products are going to make sure that you don't just have hair that feels nice, but you have hair that's properly getting what it needs to grow and look luscious. So this is going to re-energize your hair from the root downwards. It's really interesting because if you think about it, we see our hair grow from the bottom down lengthwise. That's kind of how we measure our hair growing, but our hair doesn't grow from the bottom, our hair grows from the top. So we're so obsessed with kind of nourishing the ends of our hair, which is important because your hair will just split up, but we don't pay as much attention to the actual shampoo that we're putting on our scalp and how the texture of our hair is right at the top of our head, which is probably the most important thing. If, like me, you want to actually grow your hair rather than just nourish the ends, you want to actually stimulate your hair to grow, you can get these Plantar 21 products at Amazon. That is where I got mine. I have Amazon Prime, so they turned up the next day right on my doorstep for no cost at all. But if you don't have Amazon Prime, then it's still eligible for regular free delivery if you get the set with the elixir in it. If you get the smaller set, then it's still only a few pounds for the shipping, and it is amazing quality. The packaging as well is really sleek. It doesn't look like a sort of clinical Nutri-Complex shampoo. It looks really nice and sleek, and the smell is so nice. What does this smell like? I feel like, I asked my sisters to smell this because I couldn't. It feels a bit like a body butter or a moisturizer. Something really clean but nourishing. I can't even describe it. It's really nice, and the conditioner, you only need a tiny little bit, like a hazelnut size, in your hand, and you just spread it all throughout your hair, and it makes my hair feel really soft. As you can tell, my hair is not stiff or dry at all. It's actually shiny. My hair is never shiny. Would you call this shiny? For me, I feel like this is shiny hair. This is kind of glowing. My hair never, ever has shine. I've been absolutely loving giving my hair a little detox, and I'm excited to see it grow because I was a bit sad to get rid of my extensions before summer, but I'm actually loving this short hair, and I know that it's not going to take as long to grow as it did last time because I'm actually looking after it now. So thank you Plantar21 for introducing me to these incredible products. I absolutely love them, and I think my hair is going to thank you as well. In terms of other products and hair tips to keep your hair healthy and promote growth, because I feel like if you search in how to grow my hair on YouTube, you'll get so many hits. There are so many people that want to grow their hair. Even though I've just spoken about the importance of root health in your hair, that sounds like a dentist. The ends are still important. Like I said, my hair split from the bottom up and actually got shorter because I wasn't taking care of it. You can use an oil on the ends of your hair. That's my favorite way to nourish the ends, in conjunction with a growth stimulating shampoo. It's going to work amazingly. I said in my last hair care video that I was going to give mane and tail a try. The shampoo and conditioner, it did not work at all. It made my hair feel like straw. My hair didn't grow. It was a bit of a disaster, so that was a definite no-no for me. So in conjunction with a growth product that actually works for you and is going to combat all of the other aspects in your life that are going to damage your hair, like stress or diet or damage or color damage or anything like that, in conjunction with a product that will counterbalance those aspects, a hair oil is a great option. I use this Moroccan oil. It's almost completely empty, but I absolutely love this product. You can use almond oil, coconut oil or olive oil. You can buy these from pharmacies, you can buy them from supermarkets. They're super easy and generally really cheap. Coconut oil is on a bit of a health spike at the moment, so it's a bit more expensive, but olive oil and almond oil are still really affordable. I like to run it through the ends of my hair, just a tiny little bit in the middle of my hand. I go like that, and then I just wipe it through the ends like that to keep them feeling really thick. The ends of my hair are really thick at the moment, much thicker than they've been in the past, so hair oil is definitely a hair savior for me, a necessity in keeping my hair nice and healthy. You can also do a treatment with hair oil. If you heat it up for a small amount of time in the microwave, you don't want it to burn your scalp, but just so it's warm, and massage it into your roots. You can massage it all throughout your hair, just through the ends, and leave it on overnight. You can leave it on for 20 minutes, however long you really fancy. Wash it out and you'll have lovely nourished locks. Another really important aspect of keeping your hair nice and healthy so that it can grow nice and long is the way that you brush it. I would generally avoid using bristle brushes or those thick brushes that have the bobbles on the end that your hair can get caught around. Definitely avoid using those when your hair is wet. I use a tangle teaser along with, I think most people that I know now use these because they are so much better. They get rid of your tangles so easily and they don't get your hair caught. They're not going to pull it harshly from the root, so even if your hair is healthy, you don't want to just pull it out with a brush that's damaging your hair. This is the Aqua Splash one, which means it's specifically designed for wet hair. This is so nice, and it's not going to tug at any of your hair and pull it out or split any of the ends by kind of not being able to get through the tangles. It's really nice and really smoothing. The last thing might sound a bit strange and a bit counterproductive, but it's definitely to keep up your trims at the hairdresser. It doesn't actually matter if you go to the hairdresser or not. I've had my mum and my friends cut my hair in the past. If you're just having a tiny little bit off, then it's just about keeping it nice and clean at the end of your hair. My hair is really blunt and really thick at the ends because I now know how important it is to keep your hair trimmed, not going all lifeless and limp at the ends. It is 100% fact that your hair is going to go quicker if you get it cut regularly, but one thing I will say is don't get it cut too regularly. A few years ago I was in the habit of desperately wanting to grow my hair, so I was going to the hairdressers every 6 weeks, but I was cutting off all of the growth that I was making. So even though my hair was really healthy, it was just too quick, so I should have gone to 8 or 10 weeks maybe in between my trims. Fine.
I've never dyed it before, and I don't think I'll ever will. And I add a little bit of coconut oil to my hair for softness.
Floating down, I wish it. It's like I'm always
Avoid using the hair dryer or curling / straightening your hair because it slowly burns it, and it burns the natural oils of your hair as well.
I hope that I can
Wash your hair with cold water. I know this can be pretty hard to do, especially on winter time, but you can wash your hair with the temperature you normally use, and when you're washing your shampoo off, that's when you turn the cold water on. When you buy products for your hair, try to buy them organic because nowadays hair products have a lot of chemicals that ruin your hair a lot. Drink lots of water and have a healthy diet. Your hair needs to be hydrated and have a lot of nutrients so it can grow fast and healthy. Brush your hair twice a day. This will help to stimulate your scalp and your hair growth. Remember, there's a big difference between untangling and brushing your hair. This brush is for untangling your hair and it's the first brush you have to use. This one is for brushing your hair and it's the second brush you have to use.
The silence in the air felt like my soul froze. Am I just overthinking feelings I can't?
So I hope you guys like this video, and if you find it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to It's My DG, which is this channel, and It's My DG MX, which is my Spanish version of this channel. Also comment some ideas for the next video and some things to make your hair nice. Thanks so much for watching. I